it's not about getting more sales, it's about retaining your existing sales. All sorts of sales coaching programs out there, it was almost never said. It's all about getting more sales. Let me help you to get more sales, more sales. It's actually the other way around. It's about retaining your existing sales. So guys, welcome to the webinar. Congratulations that you clicked the link and you actually registered to watch the webinar. I really congratulate you for following it through. Since you are watching this, I'm really believing that you're a business owner and that you have the drive and the passion to learn something and take your business to the next level. So while congratulating you, I just want to quickly give a very quick introduction about me and then we will start the webinar. So my name is Ramindu Randeni. I'm a leadership and business coach. I had the privilege of coaching some of the top tier leaders in blue chip companies across different industries. As well as I had the opportunity to coach some of the incredible entrepreneurs that came looking for me. Some of them had few hundred employees below them. Some of them have 20, 30, and some of them have half a dozen and 1 or 2 man business as well. So there are various businesses that I've coached all these years, as well as beyond business. I have coached sports professionals, some professional cricketers, professional tennis players and athletes, etc. When it comes to performance coaching. So this is who I am. Now let's crack on straight away. Now, before we start, I want this webinar to be one of the key highlight of your career. If you really follow through the next 5 techniques that I'm going to coach you today, it's actually going to change the way you did business. It's going to change the way you position your business and who you're going to do business with, your clientele, everything's going to change. So I just don't want you to take this webinar for granted. So one of the most important things that you need to do is, if you are watching from a mobile phone, I want you to put that phone into do not disturb mode, so you're not going to get distracted with any distractions or any notifications. I highly recommend to watch this from a computer. And if you're watching from a computer, please put the phone in silent and turn it around and put it aside. And give this next half an hour 100% to you. If you're reacting to any notifications, which means you are in someone else's agenda. So focus on yourself for the next half an hour and have a pen and a paper or a book with yourself. Don't think that you're going to remember everything. Although the things that you're going to hear are not rocket science, but you're not going to retain everything what I'm going to say. Of course, you can replay, but it's nothing like that you are jotting things down as we progress. So if you haven't had that, I want you to pause the video right now, go grab a pen and paper, and then we can begin. Okay, so let's start. Now, what is the biggest bottleneck or biggest chokehold, we call it, in your business right now at this point? What's the biggest bottleneck? I'll give you 10 seconds to write that down. There are so many bottlenecks. 10 seconds. It could be various things. People write sales, marketing, product knowledge, economy. We live in a wrong country, wrong geography. Don't have the facilities, don't have the right access, don't have the right government. People write so many various things. What is your biggest bottleneck? Right, you jot that down? Now I want you to check that answer. Do you have myself written down there? If you have written, I am the biggest chokehold, well done. 50% of the problem are gone right now, the moment you have that clarity. If you haven't got it, if you have written, I don't have the right sales team, I don't have the right partners, I don't have the right financials, the facilities, the economy, the geography, the list goes on. Those are limitations, but nothing as big as yourself. The owner's mindset is the biggest bottleneck in any business. As we say, the success is a mind game. 80% of success in business or anything else in life is actually your mindset. Only 20% is the strategies or the mechanics. See, I can give, for instance, a book full of all the tactics and strategies that you need to break through your business. I can give it like this. Here it is. This book contains all the secrets, all the strategies for your particular business to break through. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to fail right before these tactics as I watch it. Because we all have our inner conflicts, our limiting beliefs, and what we call the invisible barriers that we have created upon ourselves. You don't see it because it's invisible. You were created when you were a child, when you were a kid, or it could happen in your teenage, it could happen in various phases of life, but a large portion of it happened when you're a child, right? So when that happens, it gets manifested along with you and you never see them. You need to have a skilled coach who can capture that and remove it. But the society goes about thinking, no, what I need is another strategy. What I need is another qualification. What I need is more sales, more money, different location, different geography, and the list goes on. Okay, but you only go a little further, a little further. You never capitalize that the fullest capacity that you want to go because you have that limiting beliefs that you have. So one of the serious part of my coaching is removing those limiting beliefs while pumping you a lot of tactics and strategies. Got it? So now we are moving into a strategy number 1. Secret of positioning. Now here's a problem when it comes to positioning, that all sorts of business schools, from Little Business School to all the way to Harvard MBA, what they teach is the big case studies, the large corporate case studies. These case studies and these teachings consist of how can you scale into a global business, in a regional business, to large headcounts. Now it doesn't gel in, and it's not actually even healthy for small and medium scale businesses. So what happens is, now when you look at the business world or business case studies, etc., you see that large businesses, breakthroughs, etc., and you're a small business owner and you're thinking it doesn't actually really work for your business model. You can produce a product for, let's say, $100, and you can sell that for 10,000 clients and you can earn $1 million. But what if we change the game? What if we find 10 clients who pay you $100,000 each, who will give you $1 million? Wouldn't that be amazing? See, this is where the expertise come into place. If you're a small business owner, boutique business owner, I say, that where we can win is not going neck to neck with large corporates and their business model, but focus on a niche that the large businesses are actually not very keen on focusing. One thing, it doesn't give them that scalability, that market dominance that they need. And secondly, they can't be bothered developing such detail, attention to detail and expertise, right? So you need to develop that expertise that people are willing to pay you a top dollar. Now that's what I call one of the best positioning that you can do as a small and medium scale business owner. Now, when I say that, what comes to your mind? Do you think that you can position like that? Or if I ask a different question, do you think that you can't position in such way? And what are the reasons? I want you to jot down the reasons as I talked going along this session, because one of the most important things is that I want you to work along with me during this session rather than later. So you've already created a little bit of a momentum, and this momentum you can capitalize soon after the session as well. Okay. So what are the reasons, or one reasons or few reasons that you think that you cannot capitalize this whole concept that I'm sharing? Usual reasons are that I don't have the enough product knowledge, enough expertise to do that, or the network, you don't know how to position yourself into a high-end net worth of clientele, or you don't know the communication strategies or the sales and negotiation strategies. Those are the common things, right? And of course, my business accelerator is fully fledged to support that. However, it starts with one thing, that you have to decide that you are going to be the number one in that particular expertise. Now, if you find it overwhelming, don't be overwhelmed. Forget it, because one of the things is that we never achieve expertise. It's just an ideal standard, just a direction. I want you to be a student of developing expertise of one craft. And then your expertise doesn't have to be where it is 90 days from now. If you go all in for the next 90 days, not a very long time, right? You'll be somewhere else. I can promise you, you can at least convert a couple of clients who are high net worth individuals who are willing to pay you a top dollar. For that, you need to develop monomaniacal obsession over one thing. For instance, for me, it's all about human performance. I'm monomaniacally obsessed about human performance. That's the only thing that I think about 24/7. When I travel, when I read, when I observe people and all that. So under that, there comes business coaching, the business strategies, how do you implement negotiations, sales, leadership, how to influence people, how to create a following, how to condition someone to unleash their fullest potential, to develop their self-confidence, incredible communication skills, and all those things comes into play when it comes to under human performance, right? So similarly, what is the business that you're involved in? There could be so many people watching from different industries. I'm not going to mention one. So whatever the profession that you're in, pick up that one thing that you can go all in. And one of the best way to find which one that you actually can go all in is finding that one thing that you can actually focus and slow down, forgetting the rest of the world. Let's say, for instance, I'll just pick up one example. If you are a software programmer, right, and you have a software programming company, engineering business, but you are a gifted coder. The moment you open the computer, you can just forget, delete, and distort the rest of the world. You can go hours and hours and hours, forgetting your meals, forgetting everything else, and you just can code. Now that's the one thing that you should go all in. Rest, we can develop. I can help you to develop business and position you as number one. Right? So I want you to jot that down. What's that one thing in my business? There are probably dozens of things that are happening, sales, marketing, product development, operation, and so on. What's that one thing that I'm incredibly good at, where I can calm down, forget about the rest of the world? That's the one thing that you should go all in.